Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. If you want to know how to get back your ex-girlfriend and boyfriend, click the link below.
I just keep digging deeper. Call it pain shopping if you will, but the need to know more feels all-consuming at times. It's 2 weeks exactly since D-Day. I, 27F, caught my husband, 26 meters, Snapchatting a couple of women, with one being the main focus. She is also married with 2 kids. I just had our first baby 8 weeks ago. This particular woman was one that he spoke with on multiple platforms and admitted to meeting up with her, but refused that anything other than a kiss happened. It's laughable, I know. They were fuck buddies in the past, so I'm just automatically assuming they've fucked sometime in the past year because it makes sense, and he's a liar. After the initial blow-up, he trickle-truth me for a few days. Everything he owned up to were only things that I had concrete proof of. Things are still coming to light, and it's all due to my incessant need to dig deeper and deeper into his electronic devices. After today, I'm not sure there's really much else I will be able to find, although I thought that a few days ago, and here we are. A few days ago I asked to look at his phone. He didn't even hesitate. While I was looking through, he fell asleep. Just as I was about to give him his phone back, he got a text message from a number that he had saved as Nina Servicios. When I asked him the day after D-Day who this person was, he told me it was a client of his who was an old woman. It was weird to me, but I let it go because I didn't have proof stating otherwise. When I opened this text message, it was 4 photos of 4 different women laying backside up on motel beds. No faces were shown. I immediately knew that these were prostitutes. I wanted to vomit, but couldn't help but think, man, the universe works in mysterious ways. I kept my cool, and woke him up and asked him what it was. He acted surprised and confused, which was obviously fake. I said, please do not tell me that you have been fucking prostitutes. He said he never did, he just asked about them. I asked him why he was inquiring about prostitutes if he didn't plan to fuck prostitutes. He admitted that he obviously had intentions but ultimately didn't follow through. I asked him if this inquiry happened during the 6 weeks postpartum where my doctor highly discouraged having sex. He said yes, and I was just floored. We fought about it and I left because I was just so utterly disgusted by him as a person. I went online and looked through our call logs that go back a full year, and there were a few messages from this pimp, if you will, on 2 consecutive days. But there were only a few. Who knows if he did or didn't fuck these very cheap and probably very nasty hookers. I just automatically assume he did. I got tested and I'm fine. Thankfully. Also on these text call logs, I found out how much he was actually talking to the main app. It was weird, sometimes they would go days, weeks or a month or 2 without texting or calling, and then there would be hundreds of texts, multimedia messages in a day. Apparently their main method of communication was Snapchat though, so I can't even imagine all of the shit that was on there before he deleted it. They also had Instagram messages dating back to 2020, but unfortunately they were deleted before I could read everything. Today, I did another deep dive. I need therapy. I know. I'm currently looking for a therapist. During this deep dive, I requested data from Facebook, Snapchat and Instagram. If you don't know what that is, they send you literally everything they have ever compiled from your accounts. I was really hoping that this would include any deleted information, but unfortunately it did not. But I did come across some things that were still upsetting. He was getting pictures from girls, flirting with girls, asking them to meet up since we got married. We got married in 2018. So for 4 years, I've been out here looking like an actual clown. I trusted him completely and he completely embarrassed me for all of this time. One of the Snapchat messages was 3 months after we got married from a girl who he probably tried to hit on. His messages weren't saved. Only hers were, so I'm just guessing. But this message basically said, you have a wife, stop flirting with other girls and focus on her. I wanted to find this girl and hug her because she obviously had an actual moral compass. Unlike any of these other women. The crazy thing about today was that after finding the things I didn't cry. I was just exhausted and angry, and ultimately I just feel so embarrassed. I honestly never saw myself as a dummy. I actually think I'm incredibly smart and intuitive, but this whole thing just has me feeling like such a joke. I trusted him fully. I never questioned where he was, what he was doing, who he was with. I never asked to look through his phone. I never even thought about it. If anything, he always questioned me when I never even considered doing anything to hurt him. It makes sense now. It feels like the entire time he was just laughing in my face. He's begging me to work this out and swearing that I'm the only woman he wants. He wants to die with me and yada yada. He's acting very sorry and saying that he will do whatever it takes to show me that he is done with the little kid shit. He says he's stupid and an idiot for doing this to me all for nothing. It's just very hard to believe anything he says when I keep finding more and more information. I love my husband, but now I just hate that I love him. I want to give him a chance, but I am just mortified and disgusted that I'm with someone who I very clearly don't know. I'm not sure what the point of this post was, but it feels good to get this out in the open. If you've made it this far, thank you. Here are the best comments, advices that I gathered for this wonderful story. He banged the friend, old F buddy, for sure. If he wasn't frequenting escorts he would have blocked the number. It's fixable but only once you have something close to the full truth. Until then refuse reconciliation and focus on you and your baby. I'm so sorry. Don't give him a chance. I've been reading stories of bees here who gave that chance only to find out 10 years later that they have been betrayed again. Don't waste time. I know it's easier said than done. You said it yourself, he's a liar. He has already cheated on you many times. His plan is to keep cheating on you again and again without remorse until you go numb from pain. You are saying that you feel exhausted. Don't wait until he turns you into a shell of what you used to be. Take the trash out of your life. Your child needs a good role model of a father, especially if the child is a girl, because girls look up to their fathers when they choose a partner. The role parents play in a child's life is important in shaping their own choices. Another story of cheating. Wife secretly met up with app during reconciliation, at the exact same time I was talking to a lawyer. I'm going to leave out a lot of background info, but basically STBXW had an affair that has lasted almost 4 years now. I've caught her multiple times, stressed how important no contact was, and we even separated and moved to opposite ends of the country for over a year. We recently reunited and within a few months back together I found Instagram messages from app. This turned into a huge argument, but she swore it was just him trying to contact her, and she deletes his messages right after they send. We ended up going into MIC together and thought things were going really well. We'd been on several dates the last few months and I was convinced that everything in the past could be left there and we could move forward. Last week I got suspicious again and found an email chain where they both said they love and miss each other. She gave app her work schedule so he could come visit, and she said how she had a dream about them being together and having a normal life, but it seems so far away. I immediately contacted a local attorney for a consultation during my lunch break, and when I got home she was supposedly out at lunch with friends, but 20 minutes earlier she sent an email to app just saying, "I'm here." When she got home I called her out on this, but she said, "I just wanted to meet with him to let him know that we can't see each other anymore." I've heard variations of this a million times, and even if it's true, I can't stand by and let this keep happening. I'm just floored at the absurdity of it all. We're waiting to sell our assets because I don't want to have to fight over them in court. She still thinks this is going to work, but I'm just waiting for my house to get sold, documenting everything, working on myself and trying to remain civil throughout this all, mostly for the sake of our kids. I finally see a light at the end of the tunnel here. Here are the best comments, advices that I gathered for this wonderful story. Congrats. You passed some significant milestones here. Standing up for what you know is true. Protecting your assets. Putting the kids first. Fortunately for you, she revealed herself before you got deeper into reconciliation. Good luck going forward. You might meet someone better, but you cannot do any worse. She is really a screwed up lady. And you knew better to go back to her. She couldn't be ever trusted. Back then and now. All she does is lie, then lie again. Is this app married? If there is a partner, find her and tell. You didn't stay married to her, did you? Did you ever get a divorce? If you didn't, get one. Then go back on that other side again and never come back. Congratulations, brother. I know it's hard because I am struggling with the part where I have to leave. I can't stay here with her anymore. Your wife invited app. Keeps the relationship alive. She could have broken up with you. She didn't leave app during her years of relationship. She manipulated you too. You have to do what's called nuclear. Tell your lawyer that you expect something special about this. Leave her in the worst way if you can without a dime, and save those conversations and evidence and send it to her family once the divorce is final. I would go full scorched earth for the simple fact that she abused your mercy multiple times and even during reconciliation. I would do her as dirty as I could in the divorce. Play the game, but don't forget the end goal is freedom. Do not let her suck you back into the bees. You're doing the right thing. It's time you choose yourself. Peace of mind over worries, stress, lies, drama. Aren't you so over it? You can be happier than this. I'm glad you're making all the right moves and keeping it drama-free. That means you're ready to let go. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for more cheating.